Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, 50 years ago, on 28th May 1975, our leaders in West Africa succeeded in overcoming numerous obstacles. Obstacles which are colonial in nature, ideological, linguistic, and historical in nature, to establish the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The ECOWAS journey since then has been defined by resilience, unity, and common purpose. We therefore celebrate 5 decades of regional solidarity, of standing side by side through times of hope and hardship, and of building the most integrated regional economic community on the African continent. Today, ECOWAS represents more than an institution. It is a symbol of the enduring aspiration of over 400 million people. In these 5 decades, our community has made remarkable strides, which in our view, give us reason to celebrate. We have integrated 400 million people in a single space and enabled them to enjoy freedom of movement and establishment across the region with a common passport and a common identification card. We have advanced intra-regional trade with the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, allowing traders and big companies alike to exploit the benefits of an enlarged market. We have implemented a common external tariff, thereby easing international trade with other parts of the world. We are developing critical regional infrastructure, such as the 1,000-kilometer Lagos-Abidjan Corridor Highway, which seek to enhance the physical integration of our markets and communities. We have built a regional electricity market with the aim of improving access to energy for households and businesses in the 14 member states that are already connected. Our regional bank, the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, EBID, has mobilized and committed over $4.5 billion in investment across the region. Investments covering public and private sector development projects. Our West Africa Health Organization has supported member states to address diseases and epidemics across the region. Other key institutions such as Community Court of Justice, Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering, and the Community Parliament have helped advance governance, rule of law, and the protection of human rights. Beyond offering diverse support and strengthening healthcare and food systems, we have invested in our valuable people. We have invested in our valuable resources, and that is our people, by promoting gender equality, youth empowerment, and human capital development. We have upheld democracy by enacting and implementing appropriate protocols. ECOWAS military interventions to put an end to violent conflict in Liberia and Sierra Leone, and the ongoing missions in Guinea-Bissau and the Gambia point to a remarkable track record in peace support operation of a region that remains united in purpose. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the 50th anniversary is not only a moment for celebration, it is also a moment for reflection and introspection. Yes, we may have succeeded in integrating 400 million people in a single space and allowed 15,000 companies or over 15,000 companies to trade in over 50,000 produce within the trade liberalization schemes. Yet, our intra-community trade remains low. Insecurity, too, remains a major challenge, with terrorist groups disrupting lives in the northern part of the region and threatening coastal countries. These challenges have prompted our leaders to sign on 28 May 2025 a declaration reaffirming their commitment to ECOWAS ideals. In practical terms, this means a collective resolve to address supply-side constraints, remove non-tariff barriers, as well as address infrastructure and energy deficits. It also means a resolve to work collectively to address insecurity by reactivating ECOWAS standby force of 5,000 strong personnel. In this regard, we welcome the adoption of Resolution 2719 of the United Nations Security Council and call on all our partners to support the African Union and the regional economic communities in ensuring an effective implementation of the resolution. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, ECOWAS has enjoyed great collaboration with the African Union and the various entities of the United Nations. We have had great working relations with successive chairpersons and managements of the African Union Commission and the special representatives of the Secretary General and heads of the United Nations offices for West Africa and the Sahel. Our development partners have also demonstrated unwavering faith in us and have continued to support our integration project. These development partners include multilateral partners such as the European Union, the African Development Bank, the World Bank, and bilateral partners such as Germany, China, Canada, United States, France, Sweden, United Kingdom, and the others. We remain grateful to all of them. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude my remarks without saying a word or two about the recent withdrawal of 3 member states from ECOWAS. Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso are not only members, they are founding members of ECOWAS. Their withdrawal is therefore a setback for our community, albeit temporary. However, I am pleased to inform you that we have agreed during a recent meeting with the foreign ministers of the 3 countries that until the conclusion of a new agreement on our future relations, the status quo remains with respect to trade and freedom of movement, establishment and settlement. In other words, we have agreed to safeguard the gain of regional integration realized over the past 50 years. We have also agreed to work on conditions that will facilitate strong collaboration on peace and security. Thus, our regional market has not shrunk. Our people have not been divided. This, Excellencies, is a mark of resilience as a region. It's a mark of our resilience as a region and a major cause for celebration. Happy 50th anniversary to all of you.
Union, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. It is with great humility and profound respect that I stand before you today on behalf of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, and on my own behalf, to honor the Golden Jubilee, a remarkable 50 years of a journey of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. This milestone is not simply a marker of time, but a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of unity, resilience, and progress that defines our West African region and shapes the border of African vision. Allow me to begin by extending once again my sincere appreciation to His Excellency Dr. Aliou Touré, who is gracing this celebration today in Addis Ababa, the ECOWAS Commission, and the Nigerian government for the warm hospitality shown to the African Union delegation during the celebration held last month in Lagos. The ceremony was not only a tribute to ECOWAS legacy, it was a clarion call to the future, a reaffirmation of its pivotal role in Africa's integration journey. Please accept my heartfelt congratulations on this historical journey on behalf of the chair of the African Union Commission and on behalf of the entire African Union Commission. As I had the honor to highlight it when I was in Lagos a few days ago, 50 years ago, ECOWAS was born out of the bold imagination of visionary leaders who understood that Africa's future would be built not through isolation, but through integration. They envisioned a region where economic sovereignty, political stability, and human dignity were not isolated aspirations, but shared imperatives. That vision remains alive today, embodied in ECOWAS, a beacon of regional unity and a cornerstone of continental progress, as you have highlighted it, Mr. President of the ECOWAS Commission. Through decades marked by political transitions, economic crises, pandemics, and shifting global dynamics, ECOWAS has not faltered. It has stood its ground, sometimes against winds of discontent, but always with resolve. It has shown us that regional organizations are not merely bureaucratic entities. They are living institutions of hope, defenders of peace, and enablers of transformation. Indeed, ECOWAS has acted time and again as Africa's first responder. From Liberia and Sierra Leone to Guinea-Bissau and Mali, it has taken courageous steps where silence would have been easier. Through ECOMOG and other mechanisms, ECOWAS has demonstrated not only operational capability, but moral leadership, anchoring its decisions in the values of peace, justice, and dignity. And let us be clear, ECOWAS' role in shaping Africa's peace and security architecture has been indispensable. Its principles, firmly grounded in zero tolerance for unconstitutional changes of government and the promotion of good governance, have reinforced the African Union's own commitment to democratic norms and early response. But this alone does not sustain societies. ECOWAS has also distinguished itself in the domain of economic integration. The free movement of persons, goods and services, the ECOWAS passport, the biometric ID system, and the common external tariff. These are not just technical achievements. They are manifestations of a deeper political will and institutional courage to build a united market anchored in the aspiration of the African continental free trade area. In aligning itself with Agenda 2063, ECOWAS has signaled a profound understanding that regional progress is not separate from continental ambitions. Integration is a process, not an event. It demands continuity, coordination, mainstreaming, and above all, commitment. And yet, we must not lose sight of the current realities. We are living through a moment of intense global disruption, climate change, economic equality, security threats, and a crisis of trust in institutions. These challenges are not abstract. They affect the lives of millions across our regions and our continent. But this is not a time to retreat. This is time to rise, just as we have done before, and just as we will continue to do. RECs, including ECOWAS, remain the building blocks of African unity, and ECOWAS, through its decades of leadership, has exemplified what is possible when unity, courage, and vision come together. As we look forward to the next 50 years, let us imagine a West Africa and a continent that leads with foresight, not just reaction. A community where women and youth are central to decision-making, where technology drives inclusion, and where the foundation of solidarity are stronger than ever. At the African Union, we stand with ECOWAS, not behind, not ahead, but shoulder to shoulder. For when ECOWAS thrives, Africa advances. And when Africa advances, the world takes notice. Let us not be defined by the challenges of our time, but by the possibilities of our united will. Thank you very much for your kind attention.